The snow came and threw down its winter coat. Winter is the time for comfort, for good food and warmth, for the touch of a friendly hand, and for a talk beside the fire. It's time for home. It's time for Christmas. It's time for family. It's time for friends. Oh, the snow's arrived and it's just helping with the feeling. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. So it's time to put up my Christmas trees. I'm a bit obsessed, I've got to be honest. I've got trees, short ones, fat ones, real ones. Well, I used to have real ones. I haven't got one this year. My main tree is a thrifted tree. I've had it a few years and it's very realistic. So let's get started. I would like to thank Ollny for sponsoring this video. Let's get this tree decorated. I don't think anything makes your home feel cosier than twinkling Christmas lights in a cosy corner of a room. They can make you feel extra special, magical almost, when they're twinkling on your Christmas tree. Ollny's 800 260 foot cool white Christmas lights come with 8 twinkling modes. They plug in and you can use the remote to choose your style. The dark green cable blends great with all your greenery and your tree. They're low voltage, they're low wattage, they come with a remote and a timer setting, and they're indoor or outdoor. I've got to be honest, I prefer mine steady on, but you can have in wave, sequential, slow glow, chasing flash. They do a fade and they do a twinkling flash, and then you can get a combination of all of them. I do like the chasing one, especially when you're driving past. I think they look really pretty. That's the one I like. Funny thing was, while I was making this video, a little bird started making its nest above the door, and it just kept flying in and out, and I thought I was frightening it with the lights, but it seemed to love them. So my lights have attracted this little, I think it's a little robin. It might be actually too small for a robin here, but he certainly does enjoy my lighting out on my porch. These lights certainly meet all your lighting needs. They have so many styles and colours to choose from, indoor, outdoor, year round. So check out the website. I will leave a link in the description below and see what's available for your lighting needs. So as I said, I normally get a real Christmas tree. With one thing or another this year we decided to go with my artificial tree. I've got a couple of them. This one that I have here is very realistic looking. So I've put it up in 3 parts, and the lights I'm going to thread onto the tree, starting at the end up and down the branches, and then I'm going to, hopefully I'll have some left, I'm going to run it across the mantle and tie all those lights in together. So this tree, as I said, is very realistic, and the best thing about these lights, because there's no heat that comes from them, they would be really good in a real tree, because there's nothing worse. I remember years ago having a real tree and the lights actually drying the tree out. So all that's changed with these new lighting sets that you have. There's no heat in them, and of course they use very little power. This is the tree with all its lights on it. You can see they are very tiny little lights, so different to what I normally have. Even when my husband got home, he said how pretty the tree looked with the little lights on it. So I did actually leave it undecorated for 2 or 3 days. I just thought it looked so pretty, and I think next year I might use the other set that I've got outside this year. I might use them on another tree inside with just the lights on them without any decorations. They just look that pretty. As with outside, I did try all the different settings of the lights. to see how they were, and I decided to stay with the steady on, mainly because it's right beside the TV and I don't want the distraction of flashing lights. So the lights were on and I decided, like I said, it had been a couple of days, so I put a movie on and it was time to put my ribbons on the tree. This was the ribbon that I picked up from Costco this year. It was $9.99. One of the very few things that I bought new this year. I do have different types of ribbons that I use depending on the style of tree that I'm doing. But because I wanted to go with that tartany look, I did pick up a ribbon that was available that was close to it, and I just tie the bows directly onto the branches, and when it comes time to take it down I just pull on the string and they just come straight off. And I just think it's given it that lovely traditional Victorian look with the bows on the tree. It looks so lovely. This tree, actually all my trees, are definitely reflecting a more old world Christmas. Don't get me wrong, I love these monochromatic trees with all the beautiful, velvet and shiny balls on them, but I definitely gone this year with traditional Christmas ornaments with lots of colour, and again very old world, very nostalgic, and it really is a beautiful, inviting Christmas tree. So on this tree I've incorporated a lot of family and ornaments that with the kids when they were born, and things that mean things over the years. A lot of them are quite vintage. A lot of them are over 30, 50 years old. There's the kids from 1999. Wow, time flies. And again, there are lots of glass. I do like birds as well. I have a lot of bird ornaments, and they're also on my other trees. I do have a couple of these honeycomb tree Christmas decorations that I picked up this year. I just like them that much. And then there's the ones that I made in the UK last year. And again, there's things that I've picked up on our travels, and they just look so beautiful and go so well with this traditional style of Christmas tree. In the dining room I have a little tree which, to me, it's a tabletop tree. It reminds me very much of the old Victorian tree. I've gone with a lot of my little bird decorations on this one. I've gone with the blue bows which tie into the blue of the living room. I've topped this little tree with a lovely little robin that I picked up on my travels in the UK, and this is completely vintage. Everything on this tree, other than the birds, is at least 30 years old, the Christmas ornaments, and they're all glass. This is again on a tabletop, just tucked in the corner by the dining room table. This next little tree is my I call this my children's tree. This I always put in the window in the kitchen, and these are, as you can see, they're all little knitted and felted ornaments which are very fashionable now. I've had a few for quite a few years. I've also made a couple of these little teddy bears and things are stuff that's come from my kids when they were little. Again, the little dogs, the little owl, everything just seems to fit together on this little tree. It is such a nostalgic little tree, and just reminds me of being a kid. This next little tree is my IKEA tree. This is usually my French country tree, but this year I've decided to put it in the bedroom. I've just put the battery lights on it, and these little owls are my birds, and then a few of my little angels. It's not a very big tree and it's not got a lot on it, but it's just something nice to have in the bedroom. The one that I did have in here was my brown, very stylized with the little birds, bluebirds on it. I've put that up in the guest room. It went better with the colouring of the room, and I just thought this is just a nice little tree, like I said, just to have in the room over Christmas. It's just nice to have that little glow in the corner and give the bedroom a nice Christmassy feel. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little bonus video, my Christmas tree decorating. Don't forget to tune in again on Saturday morning for hopefully my 2023 Christmas home tour. We'll see you then.